This dam is so heavy, it slowed the Earth's rotation. 42 trillion liters of water held back by concrete and steel. The reservoir behind this wall is longer than England is wide. I'm touching a wall that changed the speed of this planet. That is not an exaggeration. Construction started December 14, 1994. 40,000 workers, one river to stop. 28 million cubic meters of concrete, enough to build 63 Eiffel Towers. The 1931 flood killed 3.7 million people. That is why this dam, music, exists. 32 turbines, each one the size of a 5-story building, all built underground. Cost, $31.7 billion music dollars. Time, 17 years. People displaced, 1.3 million. Before they could build, they had to stop the third longest river on Earth. Nobody had done it at this scale. 3.7 million people died, not just from drowning, from disease and starvation after. It happened again in 1954, 30,000 dead, 18 million displaced. The Chinese had been fighting this river for 4,000 years, losing mostly. Sun Yat-sen proposed this dam in 1919. China wouldn't build it for 75 more years. This ridge was carved with flood records for 1,200 years. The dam drowned it. It sits 40 m below my feet right now. Mao wanted this dam in 1956. Engineers kept saying, not yet. The geology isn't ready. Sand duping, granite 100 m deep, solid enough to hold what was coming. 1 in 4 delegates voted against or abstained. That never happens in China. Everyone knew the cost. 1,300 archaeological sites drowned forever. Some were moved, most were not. Every factory, every road, every bridge below the flood line, demolished before the water came. 175 m above sea level, everything below gone. The Ba civilization lived here 4,000 years ago. Their tombs came out in pieces. December 1993. First step, give the river somewhere else to go. A kilometer of solid rock carved by hand. And dynamite, and boom. So, the Yangtze had somewhere to go while they built the dam. 80,000 sticks of dynamite in the first year alone, blasting 24 hours a day. The Yangtze obeyed. The main riverbed went dry for the first time in recorded history. The river that drowned millions drained to nothing. They had 6 years to build before it came back. First, excavate 102 million cubic meters of rock and earth from the riverbed. They blasted 40 m deep in some sections, finding fresh, uncracked granite. Build a stone wall across part of the river. The Yangtze tries to move it. Workers keep building. 30,000 cubic meters per second. Every boulder dropped. The river tried to swallow. Then, concrete over the rock. 8 months to build. It held the Yangtze in half. Pumps running 24 hours, drying the riverbed so construction could begin. Standing on the floor of the Yangtze River, workers drilling into granite all around me. This is where the dam grows from. Then, they found it, a fracture in the granite. 6 months of work stopped immediately. 45,000 tons of grout into the rock. Every fracture filled before 1 m of dam went up. 6 months later, foundation cleared, harder than the original rock. December 1994. The first permanent concrete of Three Gorges hits the ground. Each section 20 m wide, 3 m tall. Pour, cure, build the next form, repeat. 3 million cubic meters of concrete per year, a world record 3 years running. Night pours only to stop heat from cracking it. Concrete burns from the inside as it sets. Cold water through pipes inside the concrete. Below 26 degrees, 3 weeks per section. 1996, 30 m. 1998, 60 m. 2000, 100 m. Never stopping. You don't understand the scale until you're standing in it. That pour above me hasn't stopped since 1994. Each gate, 850 tons. They built special cranes just to lift them into position. Every hinge weld x-rayed for cracks. One failure, the ship is trapped. The lock is dead. 5 chambers, 280 m long each, blasted out of a mountain by hand and dynamite. To lift 10,000 tons, they just move water. Fill the chamber, the ship rises. 1998, the Yangtze broke through. 15 m of the construction zone underwater overnight. 72 hours pumping, every bolt checked. Then, they started pouring again. November 8, 1997, most dangerous day. Close the channel, redirect the full Yangtze. 11,600 cubic meters per second, one boulder every 30 seconds. The river fighting everyone. They closed the third largest river using dump trucks and boulders. 6 hours. I still can't believe it worked. The powerhouse is underground, a cavern 3 football pitches long, inside a mountain. The spiral casing, 9 m across, 200 tons, accelerates water onto the turbine blades. 600 tons, balanced to 0.1 millimeters out of alignment, at 75 revolutions per minute, it destroys itself. The coils wound by hand, no machine precise enough, every one identical. 32 turbines, 6 months each to install, multiple going in simultaneously. 500,000-volt lines to Shanghai, 1,000 kilometers. Workers climbed every tower. Landslides, 2003 to 2009, over 100. The reservoir saturating ancient hillsides. 3,000 slopes stabilized before the water arrived. The alternative was catastrophic. There's a city down there, Fengdu. 80,000 people, streets, school, market, mart, still there, just underwater. June 2006. The Phase 2 cofferdam had served its purpose. Now it had to go. 200 tons of dynamite, 186,000 cubic meters of rubble. For seconds, the full Yangtze through the dam for the first time since 1997 through the turbines. June 2003. Turbine 1 spins up. First electricity from Three Gorges hits the grid. 1 turbine at a time. 2003 to 2012, 700 megawatts added with each one. 2006. Dam body complete. 185 m, 2,309 m wide. Largest dam ever built. Locks take 4 hours. So, they built an elevator. 3,000 tons lifted 130 m in 40 minutes. 116,000 cubic meters per second through those spillways. 27 times the Niagara Falls. More electricity than any structure ever built. And it slowed the planet. Both things are true. Fengdu, Wushan, Wanxian. Entire cities flattened before the water came. New apartments on the hillsides. Same view, different life. Nothing felt like home. White Crane Ridge. 1,200 years of water records in stone. Engineers built a glass tunnel around it before it drowned. Sealed, pressurized, 40 m down. Still accessible by submarine today. The Yangtze River dolphin, last seen 2002, declared extinct 2022. The dam cut its river in two. Fish passes, hatcheries, spawning grounds. The Yangtze sturgeon, still critically endangered. Less sediment downstream, banks eroding faster. Shanghai sits on sediment. Do the maths. Clean roads, new buildings. But the old woman on this bench keeps looking down at where her village used to be. 3,000 minor earthquakes in the first decade. Water pressure reaching deep fault lines. Expected 700 landslide zones found 5,000. The reservoir reshaping the valley. The reservoir flooded factories and landfills. The contamination took years to fully measure. The World Bank refused to fund it. The environmental risk was too high, they said. 31,000 hectares of fertile farmland drowned, replaced with terraces producing half as much. Stony, steeper. What fed a family for generations couldn't anymore. 2008, Sichuan earthquake, 500 kilometers away. The dam held. The questions didn't go away. Divers went down. Furniture still there. Doors still on hinges. A world preserved in cold water. 75,000 cubic meters per second in, 35,000 out. The dam cut the flood peak in half. 22,500 megawatts every day. 18 nuclear plants, 0 fuel, 0 emissions, 9 provinces, 2 cities, 80 million homes, all powered by falling water. Before the dam, ships couldn't pass the gorge. Shipping rose from 10 to 100 million tons per year. 5 chambers, 113 m of elevation gained. The ship exits into the reservoir, level with a mountain. 2022 drought. Reservoir dropped 10 m. Power output fell 40%. China noticed. 50 coal plants replaced. 100 million tons of CO2 not released per year. 22,500 megawatts generated below my feet. The loudest thing in this room is the ventilation. The reservoir shifted Earth's mass. The day got longer by 0.06 microseconds. This dam changed the planet. The silt problem is real. 40 million tons per year. The reservoir floor rising slowly, constantly. Once a year, blast the silt out through the spillways. It works, partially. The dam sits on a fault line, known since 1959. The monitoring never stops. The risk never disappears. 30-year-old concrete still hardening. Concrete gains strength for 100 years when kept wet. 200,000 ships lifted since 2015. Not one breakdown. Not one delay. A 10,000-ton ship climbing a mountain right now. Below me, using nothing but water. Tunnels inside the wall. Walked every week looking for seepage. Never found any. The dam has a lifespan. 100 years, maybe 150. Then the silt wins. China knows. No solution yet. They said it was impossible. Then they built it anyway. That's what humans do at their best. Like, share, and subscribe for more.